Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourself today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static, electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. Now today I am going to go over a few simple methods on how to actually think for yourself and to actually learn to not be influenced by either another person or even a group of people, so that you can come to develop a more stronger sense of individuality when it comes to where you want to be in your life. So today's video is think for yourself. Get right into it. Alright, so the reason I am inclined to make this video in the first place is because with the sun opposing Pluto coming up tomorrow, we are feeling a lot of plutonian energy, and during this time there can be a lot of destruction or death and darkness that can come up from those unconscious realms or those underworlds that Pluto is known all about, which are going to further come up to the surface level, which I already feel them right now. And it has me basically within the reptilian collective more often, in the way that I am coming into understanding of how the reptilians are basically functioning throughout the space-time. And further, it has me basically coming into more conscious knowledge of parasitic or symbiotic behaviors within people and between people, and I just thought that with all of this coming up, I'd make a video to allow you to be taught basically how to think for yourself during this time, because you can become more susceptible to getting controlled by another person. There's a lot of control that goes on between people, but there is even more control that goes on between entities and people. So I'm basically just going to teach you some simple methods, to basically think for yourself during this time, so that you can strengthen your individuality and come into a area of your life that is where you want it to be individually, instead of it being decided by somebody else. Oftentimes people will literally attack you. They will project their insecurities onto you so that you can literally just fall into a lower vibration just like they are, and further they will keep draining your energy. These are called psychic vampires or energy vampires. They will keep draining your energy. They will keep putting you in a lower vibration. They will keep projecting their insecurities onto you just because they don't have the inner sense of success or wealth or peace or prosperity or love or abundance within themselves. And when people see this, or even lower vibrational entities see this, they will strive literally to bring you down, to drain your energy so that you can be one of them. And this is getting into those parasitic behaviors. This is all true, by the way. If you have ever dealt with an energy vampire or somebody who has just constantly leached on your life energy or your life force, then you know the detriments of these realities. Okay, so getting into parasites. Parasites are, you can think of them as either physical parasites that, grow in your body. You could think of them as mental parasites that are literally entities that latch onto your life or your body as a vehicle, okay? Because the body, the physical body, the three-dimensional body is just a vehicle. Your mind can be influenced by entities that do not even have a need for a physical body. These are fourth dimensional entities, and reptilians, which are also shapeshifters, are actually one of these fourth dimensional entities, meaning they do not have a need for a physical body. But when you start opening the mind up, when you start opening your third eye, when you start balancing out your pituitary gland once again, and come into understanding of the metaphysical dimensions, then you will start to understand how these fourth dimensional reptilians actually do not have the need for a physical body. And then you can start to recognize how they influence your life, and they are very, very dangerous. Okay, they are literally out to get people for their life. And getting into parasites once again, the parasites that I want to talk about are the ones that come with junk food. There are parasites that develop in the body, and these are worms, parasites like your dog gets, or your cat gets, or all of the animals that you are around get from the food that they eat. These are the same parasites that get in people, okay? And basically they come from junk food, okay? They come from meat, and they come from spoiled foods. So junk foods, they come from meat, and they come from spoiled or old foods, okay? And most people have these, okay? Even if you do not know, most people have these. Of course you're not going to be aware. Just like a dog isn't always aware that it has parasites or worms, you are not always going to be aware either. And your ego isn't going to make it to where you are clean inside your body, okay? You can even take a shower. That isn't going to do much for what is inside your body. So most people, especially if you eat fast food, especially if you eat junk food, and especially if you eat food without knowing that it is spoiled or old, chances are you do have parasites. And these can literally affect your moods in the way that when you don't cleanse your gut, when you don't cleanse your inner body with either a better diet or even fasting, then your gut is going to get very, very dirty, okay? And if you do not fast, if you do not cleanse the gut out, or if you do not eat better foods, then your gut is going to continuously get dirty. Your colon is going to get very, very dirty. And this actually directly affects your brain function, it affects your heart function, and it affects your entire body, okay? So when your colon and your gut are extremely dirty, then it affects your moods completely. And oftentimes people are attacking each other for no reason due to this fact, because people do not have the knowledge to clean their guts out. They eat every single day, literally 3 hours in between meals, 5 meals a day. That doesn't even give you the time necessary to digest the food completely, for one. And all of that leftover food from the last meal just converges with the next, and it is a continuous heap that is never truly digested properly. So your gut then gets dirty, and this further creates disease, and this further affects your states of emotions and moods and your health overall. So these are then heaps of food that never get digested properly, right? And this is the perfect environment for parasites as well, worms and everything that will be in your body, and you will not even be aware of it. If these worms or these heaps of worms get big enough, they will actually start to go upward into your heart, and this is what heartworms are. They have actually been killing dogs for years and cats, and they oftentimes even kill people through heart attack, but you will not be aware of that, okay? Further, they will go higher up to your body, and if they get big enough, they will start to take over your brain. Your brain activity will start to actually be influenced by these bodies of parasites within your body, and they can actually get as big as becoming a fourth dimensional entity. You know, they will use your body just to manifest some very, very grotesque and extreme experiences, and you do not want this to happen. Trust me. It is very plutonian. It is very unconscious to most people, and it is very underworld in a way, because most people do not know about stuff like this, but it is all true, okay? So that is just getting into parasites and how they actually can influence your brain activity and your mind if you let them get big enough, if you don't cleanse out your inward body, okay? If you eat too much meat as well, if you eat too much junk food, if you eat too much of this processed food, this frozen food, it's all bad, it's all junk for you. It's not even real half the time. It is completely fake. The macaroni has literally 50 ingredients, okay? When pasta only needs 2 ingredients, water and flour. So what are all these other ingredients? Well, they are completely they are all medications, you know. They are for completely putting you in a lower vibrational state, so you won't come into knowledge that is completely out in the open. They want you unconscious, and further, that is why they basically put so much ingredients in the very cheap food, okay? So it's not even real, all right? Pasta only takes 2 ingredients, not 50, all right? So just a little bit of facts for you, knowledge, okay? So anyway, the complete topic of this video is actually to think for yourself. And getting into parasites, I was actually trying to get you to come into knowledge that you have to actually cleanse your inner body, not just your outer body. You have to cleanse your inner body, and this is one method to actually come to think for yourself, or actually even think a little bit more clear, or come into clarity, as well as bring down some of those negative thought processes, or those negative vibrations, or those very, very heavy vibrations or densities that come with being inwardly dirty, you know, your inner body. So when you see dogs eating on grass, they eat on grass for a reason. They are intelligent enough to know that the grass will actually cleanse their gut, okay? And this is oftentimes how they destroy those worms within themselves naturally. Without taking them to the vet, they will actually destroy those worms by eating grass. And when you switch to a vegan diet, it will actually do the exact same for you, because meat oftentimes holds a lot of parasites or worms in it, and that is what we are trying to avoid, because it controls your moods and it controls your mind further if they get big enough, and it is a very, very, very dirty thing. So like I said, you will oftentimes see dogs eating on grass, cats eating on grass, and they do this because they know it will cleanse their gut. So if you want to cleanse your gut and completely shift in vibration into a higher vibration, all you need to do is slowly bring down your consumption of meat and junk food and processed foods, and get with herbalism, or even go vegan, go fruitarian as well. Fruits are even better for you, all right? So that is one way to actually come to think for yourself, or come into clarity as well of mind. Now, getting into people. People are one of the main causes of influencing other people to do things that they do not want to do. Okay, so many times in my life I have been influenced by another person just because they had physics over me. Their bodies were bigger, and they oftentimes use their force onto you in order to get you to do things that you don't want to do, right? So what you need to do is literally just come into a higher understanding that we are truly energy. That is a great start, because when you can understand that we are energy, metaphysical in nature, meaning transcending the physical, then you can understand that there is no reason to be afraid of anything, and you can generate some more courage, because that is all it takes sometimes in order to think for yourself. Some courage in order to not be influenced by another person, okay? Because oftentimes people will lead you into reality tunnels that will actually keep you in decades of doing things that you don't want to do. Addiction comes from such influences from other people. Bad or unhealthy emotional states can come from influences of other people. Another one is working jobs that will never benefit you can be influenced by another person, okay? A lot of influence from other people will be getting you to states where you do not want to be, So in order to think for yourself, all you need to do is generate some courage, keep it in your mind, identify with courage, identify with the universe, and you will stray more towards developing a individuality that will actually drive you to the areas in life that are where you want to be, okay? You do not need to be influenced by another person, and you do not need to be influenced by these entities who are actually using the physical body of other people. So this is the last topic of this video. There are actually mental entities or even spiritual entities that will often use the physical body, because the physical body is just a vehicle. When we die, we are shedding the physical body, and our energy bodies are able to be freed off into the universe, okay? But the physical body is just a vehicle, okay? It's a third dimensional vehicle. And if there are higher entities in the mind or the mental body, these can then take over people's physical bodies, and you've seen this with possessions throughout the collective, and that is one example of these higher entities, or these mental entities, or these specters, whatever you want to call them, taking over people's bodies. And this is happening all throughout the matrix. It is happening all throughout society, and these mental entities are higher in knowledge, so they understand that they can make it to where people are unconscious of such phenomena, where they can take over people's bodies and you will not even know, okay? And this is what the fourth dimensional reptilians do. They take over people's bodies after they weaken the physical body, and once they weaken the physical body, then they come as a mental entity or with their mental bodies, and they basically take over that person's mind, and then they use their physical body further to manifest what they need in this physical realm, probably for destruction or whatever the fourth dimensional entities or reptilians are up to. So another way to actually think for yourself is to get out into nature, because nature is actually the source for all peace, all freedom, and all succession and wealth and prosperity as well. So I do thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video today. I got a little bit more deeper with the spiritual knowledges. I got a little bit more into the taboo, into those plutonian energies as well, bringing it up to surface level for everybody. So I do hope you enjoyed the video as well. Subscribe over here to the left of me and help me reach 50 subs. Drop a like on the video below me and support the channel. Generate some static electricity from your ethereal body or your spatial body. It needs to be strengthened and realized for the collective rise in consciousness. I love you guys. Peace out and have a great day for yourself.